Hold on to your hats because this year's early chill in the Twin Cities is making headlines, but not for the reason you might think. It's the earliest cool snap we've seen in 15 years. But the real eye-opener is how much later these cool temperatures are arriving compared to just a few decades ago. Let's break it down. To find a similar early chill, you'd have to rewind all the way back to September 2010. That's when the Twin Cities last experienced highs of 61 degrees this early in the season, specifically on September 3rd. Fast forward to this year, and we hit those same temps on September 4 to 6. So yes, it's early by today's standards, but historically, not so much. Here's where it gets fascinating and a little unsettling. Since 2000, the average date for the first high temperature of 61 degrees or cooler has been September 19th. But just 50 years ago, that average was closer to September 10th. So, while this year's chill feels unusually early, it's actually less than a week earlier than what was once considered normal. And this is the part most people miss. It's not just about when the cool weather arrives, but how much our climate norms have shifted. Another striking detail? The Twin Cities recorded its first night in the 40s on September 3rd this year, the earliest since 2010. Now, you might hear skeptics say, see, climate change isn't real, but here's the kicker. Climate change doesn't erase cold weather. It just makes it rarer. The current normal for the first night in the 40s is around September 5th, based on the 1991 to 2020 average. So this year's early chill is just a blip in a much larger trend. Take a closer look at the data, and you'll see that before 2000, the first night in the 40s typically arrived in late August. Like so many climate patterns in our region, the pace of warming has accelerated dramatically over the past 2 to 3 decades. And while this early cool snap might feel refreshing, it's likely just a temporary deviation. The rest of September is forecast to be warmer than usual, with some models even predicting temperatures near 90 degrees in the coming weeks. Here's the controversial part. September is one of our fastest warming months, as summer heat increasingly spills into what should be meteorological fall. So, while this year's early chill might feel like a throwback, it's actually a symptom of a much larger climate shift. But here's the question. Do you think these early cool snaps are just anomalies, or are they a sign of something bigger? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. This is one conversation that's bound to heat up.